1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Alright guys, we're on to the hardest fight of the whole speed run. And you want to know what strategy is best for a beginner, right? Unfortunately, this strat will never become easy, no matter how much you practice. That's just how difficult this fight is, because it requires you to land some frame-perfect inputs, even the beginner strats do. So basically, the way we're going to start out this fight is we got to counter his hook. We have to counter his hook, and his hook is fast, and you have a small window to counter it. So basically what you got to do is the visual cue to countering his hook. What you need to watch is the clock. Once the clock strikes 250, once it changes from 256 to 255, that's your cue to, once it's at 256, right before it turns to 255, that's your cue to throw a left jab. And then once you throw that left jab to get, which is that left face jab to get a star, you buffer a duck into a left jab, which will give you the second star 100% of the time. And then now we just do a delayed right body blow. And after that delayed right body blow, we do a delayed 2-star punch. I was talking and pausing, so it's hard for me to do this. Be warned if I make a couple of mistakes, because this fight's difficult, like I said. All right. I can't even react. He's too quick. He's too quick. I'm having a hard time. Like I told you, this is really difficult. Like I said. Those first 4 punches are the most important punches of the fight if you want to get a really good time. But for a beginner, don't worry about the importance of this fight, so don't worry about getting a good time on this guy for a beginner. Just beat him and move on. Because I know this fight's hard. So once we have landed those first 4 punches, he's going to do 3 rolling jabs. So when we dodge those rolling jabs, the first punch has to be a right face jab, and we have to do a delayed left face jab when his head comes back down. And the timing to get the star is frame perfect, unfortunately. If you can do it, if you can do it. If you can't, you can't. Gotta do your best. This is what you do if you only get 2 stars instead off the roll. If you only get a star on 2 of the rolling jabs instead of on all 3. So if you do on 2 of them, after the 3rd rolling jab and after that last extra hit on the 3rd rolling jab, if you have 2 stars, you can buffer a duck into a left jab to counter his uppercut. And then after you counter his uppercut, you can do a delayed right body blow. And then after that delayed right body blow, you can do a delayed 3-star punch to knock him down. Okay, I want to show the perfect phase 1 with no mistakes. This is the way it's supposed to go. We have to counter the first 2 punches, remember that. So remember what we do here. Get 2 stars, now we use it. Don't manually time the left jab into the uppercut like I did. It's hard to time. Or like I did in the show what the strat looks like section of this video. It's hard to time. Alright, so his hook is, you have a really small window to counter that hook. You've got to be on top of it, man. It's hard to time. So remember what you do here? I'm going to try to get a star on all 3 rolling jabs. Here's what you do if you get a star on all 3 rolling jabs. After the 3rd rolling jab, if you get the 3rd star there, do a delayed right body blow, and then after that, delayed 3-star punch. And down he goes. That's phase 1. Once you get out of phase 1, then this fight's actually not too difficult. Phase 2 is medium difficulty, and then phase 3 is a cakewalk. So here's what we gotta do for phase 2. He's gonna do a hook. We have to duck the hook. The reason why we duck the hook is so we can get 4 hits instead of 3. Because if we dodge left, if we dodge left, we'll get 3 hits. If we duck it, we get 4. That also means if we duck it, we can still do our 2 extra hits to get a star. If you get the star, great. If not, no big deal. You can get it off the next punch. And then when you dodge left to avoid his right uppercut, if you punch the earliest you possibly could, you could get 8 punches, which is really good. But if not, if you punch pretty early and not the earliest possible, you can still get 7 hits. And then you can do your 2 alternating left-right juggle hits for stars. And then once you get a star off this, he's guaranteed to do a 3rd uppercut. If you don't get a star, if you don't have 2 stars by this point, he's not guaranteed to do a 3rd uppercut. That means he won't do the 3rd uppercut. That means he'll go into a hook. And that means in that scenario, you don't have to hit any counters in phase 2. Trust me, because I know no one likes to hit the counter on the hook. The only time you have to counter the hook is just in phase 1. And then you can just get a star off that hook. And if you end up not getting a star off the hook, he'll probably do like the delayed hook, so you can counter the delayed hook for a star, and that one's easy to counter. Because that one has like a huge window to counter. Now he's going to do the 3rd uppercut. We just dodge it. Oh, I messed up. Forgive me if I mess up, because this fight is difficult even for me. Phase 1 is the toughest. Phase 1 is the toughest phase in the entire game. But don't stress out if you can't get it right away. Just keep working at it, and you'll get it. That's what a good phase 1 looks like. It's a tough phase to learn. It's not as easy as it looks, because it does have some frame perfect inputs involved. Thankfully, mistakes are not as important for phase 2 as they would be for phase 1. So that's what makes phase 2 medium difficulty. I was wrong. If you only have 1 star after the 2nd uppercut, he does go into, after the 1st uppercut, he does go into the 2nd uppercut. If you want him to go into a 3rd uppercut, you need to have at least 2 stars after the 2nd uppercut. Here's something you can do if you have 2 stars right here. If you only have 2 stars, dodge this, and then what you want to do is, if you got 7 hits or more on the uppercuts, dodge this, do 6 punches. That means do a 6-punch stun combo, 6 alternating left-right face jab starting with the right, and then do a 2-star punch to knock him down. And I want to show phase 3 while we're at phase 3. Phase 3 is easy peasy. All we have to do in phase 3 is counter the bull charge with a left body blow. It's not as easy to counter as it was in Contender, but it's not too much harder to counter. All we do here is we counter punch the bull charge. Now, do not hold A right away. If you do, Mac will just whiff the star punch. You want to wait until he starts laughing like this. So wait until he starts laughing, and then hold A to buffer the star punch, so it will cause an instant knockdown. Very, very simple. This fight's complicated, so be warned.
Great fighter.
So what if you only get okay, we landed the first 4 punches. What if we only get 1 star off the rolling jabs? I want to show you what you need to do. Duck into a left jab to get a star here. And now we're going to try to get a star off one of the rolling jabs. Just keep doing extra hits until you finally get your 3rd star. And then once you get your 3rd star, do a body blow. And then after you land that body blow, just delayed 3-star punch, knock him down. That's it. That's the backup if you only get 1 star off the rolling jabs. After the first 4 punches have been landed, if you only get 1 star off the rolling jabs. That's an easy backup you can do. Just keep doing extra hits until you finally get a star. Once you get that 3rd star, just do a body blow. And then after that body blow, just 3-star punch him down. And phase 2 still exactly the same. Phase 3 still exactly the same. Okay, anytime he does that extended hook, just counter it with the right face jab. It's easy to time. And now we can get stars. We did not get 3, so we have to dodge this and do 5 punches, then our 2-star punch. This did push the time over a minute, but we did not push it over a minute 30. If we push it over a minute 30, that would cause him to do the bull charge in phase 2. We don't want him to do bull charge phase 2. We want him to do the bull charge in phase 3. And phase 3 is still exactly the same. Just like that. Phase 3 is a piece of cake. He's doing the same thing every time. Just as long as you don't mess up, as long as you get lots of stars, he's doing the same thing every time. The only time his pattern varies is if you get less stars than what you should have. Other than that, he's doing the same thing every time. As long as you don't get hit, and as long as you get enough stars in phase 2, he's doing the same thing every time throughout the fight. So really, really important to get the first 2 stars. I can't stress that enough. So remember, watch the clock tick from 256. Right when it's about to turn to 255, that's when you throw your left jab. When it's at 256, that means once it turns 256, you wait just a little bit and throw your left jab, and that will give you a star every single time. I don't know why I'm sucking at it, but it's a difficult fight. It's hard, I know. This is the hardest fight in the game for speedrunning. I meant to buffer the duck. I did not mean to wait a little bit and duck. I can't believe I'm having trouble with this strat. Let's try again. Dang it. This counter requires really precise timing. Once you landed the first 4 punches, the rest of phase 1 is a little bit easier than that, as long as you get your stars. That's what you do if you only get 2 stars off the rolling jabs. Is after that third roll, after the extra hit on the third rolling jab, duck into a left jab, right body blow, and then after that delayed right body blow, just wait until he comes back to center and throw a 3-star punch. We duck this, there are 4 punches, counter, get our star, dodge this, get a star, dodge this. If you get 3 stars here, if you get a star off the hook and the 2 uppercuts, after you get the 3rd star, do a body blow to cause him, do a delayed body blow to cause him to go back. And then when he's come back to center, do a delayed 3-star punch. And you'll get faster times with this.
1, 2,
In phase 3, all we need to do is just counter the bull charge.
5, 6.
This is pretty much all I'm going to show on this guy, except the only other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to recap the strat. Phase 3, we counter the bull charge. And now we wait until he starts laughing. When he starts laughing, hold the A button with your left thumb. It's that simple. Let's go for the fight one more time. And then after you get past this guy in your single segment run, you can forget this guy ever happened and then just take a deep breath and move on. Because this fight is infuriating. Trust me. This fight is the most infuriating fight in the game for running. He is the single most frustrating fight in this run because there's no way he ever becomes easy. Let's go over the fight one more time. Remember, we get our 2 stars here. Body blows, 2-star punch. Do the best we can to get 3 stars here. If we don't get all 3, not a big deal. We can counter the uppercut for a star. Don't manually time it like I did, just hard to time. Just do the buffer, which is a duck into a left jab. That's not the perfect phase 1, but that's a phase 1 with only 1 mistake. Which is still pretty good. And remember what we do here, do the best we can to get stars. Once you get a star off that first uppercut, he'll do a second uppercut guaranteed. Dodge this. 6 punches, 2-star punch. Phase 3 is really simple. So once you're past phases 1 and 2, the rest of the run will be really easy. That means all we have to do in phase 3 is counter the bull charge with a body blow. Here's a pseudo buffer you can do to counter the bull charge. Is when he blows steam out of his nose, you can duck. And then buffer the left body blow immediately after that. Now we hold A to buffer the star punch. And that's it. That's basically all you have to do. He does the same thing every time as long as you get enough stars in phase 2 and as long as you don't get hit. He's doing the same thing every time. The difficult part is just that the extra hits to get stars are frame perfect. And this will take a lot of practice until you can get somewhat consistent at it. But once you get past this guy, you can forget this guy ever happened and just move on with the rest of your speed run and have fun with the rest of your speed run. I'm glad I didn't have too much trouble teaching you how to speedrun the most execution-heavy fight in the entire game, TD Bull. Excuse me. Alright guys, that's it. Thank you very much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed, don't forget to drop a like. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to click that subscribe button and click on the bell to be notified every time I make new videos. And we have the last 2 fights are going to be easy, trust me. And have a wonderful day. And if you have any questions about any of these strats, please feel free to leave your questions in the comment section. I'll be glad to help you to the best of my ability. And have a wonderful day. Peace, Republic of Speed Boy.